Today on the Rugby World Cup Daily, we take a closer look at Pool C and the red-hot Wallabies. And the message comes loud and clear to keep rugby clean. But first, we're at the launch of the Cloud, which will not only become the hub of activity for international visitors and locals during the World Cup, it's also a showcase for New Zealand hospitality, fashion, innovation and design.
Obviously very relieved to have got over a very big hurdle, opening the Cloud up and also showing the essence of the Real New Zealand Showcase, which is really the cornerstone of the communications program we wanted to put in place during the Rugby World Cup. I mean, the rugby tournament's going to be exciting, the festival side's going to be exciting, but it's always hard to try and make the business side as interesting, and I think we've taken a big step forward today.
I think this whole concept of the World Cup in New Zealand is a lot bigger than just a rugby tournament. It's an opportunity to us to showcase ourselves, our creativity, innovation, through a cross-section of industry and culture, and I think this tournament is just going to be very, very special.
That's an amazing screen. I've never seen anything like it. And it'd be so cool for people watching. I mean, you'll get the whole field in the screen just about. So an exciting multimedia experience. And this really will be a fan zone. It'll be fabulous.
It's been a long time in the planning. I remember when we took over, it was really 1,000 days was one of the first events we went to, and it seemed like a long way away. But now you look at the Cloud, the stadium all around the country, the way the country's embracing this, it's just magnificent. And it's really important that we use this tournament where we have access to 1 billion people to show them that New Zealand is a great country, not just a great country to play rugby, but also a great place to do business.
The Rugby World Cup buzz has reached everyone, from the man at the top to youngsters the length and breadth of New Zealand. And for the past few months, school children throughout the country have been studying the tournament.
Well, for some time now, we've a few years been putting education packs into New Zealand primary schools, so the kids do their learning using rugby problems. So if it's math, it might be working out scores of games, how many people in a stadium and what that might earn in provincial union, etc.
Each child's been issued with one of these booklets, and it allows the children to look at their own culture, their own place within New Zealand, as well as taking in the cultures and what makes other nationalities special.
And what have you learnt about Fiji?
I've learnt their capital city is Suva, and they were defeated on tour in 2005 by New Zealand 91-0.
And what have you learnt about France?
We're learning types of food that they eat in France, like snails and cheese and stuff.
And what have you learnt about Japan?
Their capital is Tokyo, and their population is 124 million, and their flag is white and red.
2,300 schools are working on the kits, and the feedback we're getting from the schools is the kids are loving it, teachers are loving it, and it's really generating some interest for the tournament.
But will they pick a winner? The Wallabies are many people's choice, and they start out in Pool C with tough games against Six Nations giants Ireland and Italy, while USA's match with Russia will also be a highlight. But what of the two-time Rugby World Cup champions? After their recent Bledisloe Cup success, they're certainly one of the form teams of the tournament.
Oh, obviously it's just a big occasion, and the town's obviously going to be buzzing, and there's going to be a whole lot more attention on the sport and I guess on the players as well. So for me personally, I just want to get out and play. I mean, it just makes everything all the more exciting knowing that there is such a big buzz around the town because of the game, and you just want to get out there and start playing.
We know we're entering a World Cup now. From the moment we got off the plane and the enthusiasm of the public, the welcome.
I'm happy to be here. It's good to finally get here, and we're just looking forward now to the game on Sunday and getting into the tournament.
Rugby players are bigger and stronger than ever before, and the sport is also blessed with a drug-free culture. But that hasn't happened by accident. There's a constant drive to keep rugby clean, and the World Cup is a major part of that.
The IRB stance is one of zero tolerance, which means basically that there's no place for drugs in rugby, nor those players that take them. It's quite simple. A very comprehensive program. It's the largest in the history of the World Cup. There's going to be around 300 tests that will be conducted. That'll consist of blood and urine testing, both in competition, so at matches, and also out of competition as well. Since 2010 we've done about 1,000 tests on these national squads, and more recently in the last 3 months 285 blood tests, which have all come back negative, which is great. As a player and team, they know when they take the field that they know it's going to be a fair contest and that the result is not going to be tarnished by any performance-enhancing drugs.
Tomorrow on the Rugby World Cup Daily, we take a sneak peek behind the scenes of the opening ceremony, and on the eve of the tournament's kickoff, we talk with the man carrying the hopes of a nation.